down, took 7 hours for them to report, and it took about half an hour to do the procedure.
No, you're good. Mayor, Commissioners? Thank you, Commissioner. It's been a long day, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it a lot to take in? It's just, I saw all the wheels turning as you were processing
works and who doesn't.
candidates. What's that?
Jeez.
Okay, so here we are. I think probably at this point in time, you have a lot of your questions answered now that you've actually got to meet people instead of looking at them on paper. But you probably have new questions now after meeting them, about individual candidates and what have you. So I think we made progress today, and that was our goal, to get them in here so you could take a look at them. I did encourage you to do a forced ranking in the back of your book. I don't know if you did that or not, but that's helpful when you're talking to so many people, and some of them are similar and some of them are different, and some weaknesses and strengths and what have you. Yes, that's very helpful. Very helpful. So here's where we are. We have 5 candidates at interview today. As we all know, Commissioner Grace could not be with us today, and I know this is a very important decision for her. I believe what we have opted to do is to hold off on making any decision on candidates until such time as she has had an opportunity to view these same interviews that you saw today on video. The crew was very helpful in making sure that these were videotaped today, so she has a chance to look at them. That said, I think the decision that we need to make, first of all, I want to say we're in a process, so we still have more to go, meaning even after Commissioner Grace has had a chance to look at candidates, we have to have the discussion, a debriefing on who we want to move forward and what that will look like. And I think I mentioned earlier today that there's several steps that we could include in a next round of interviews for candidates. It's great that you had an hour with candidates today, but a second interview is always a great idea for anybody that you hire, and I would recommend that. I guess what I need to know today is what the will of the commission is relative to any discussion at this point about candidates, if we should hold off on any deliberations until such time that Commissioner Grace not only has had a chance to review the videotaped interviews, but has had a chance to process that and even do her own ranking and rating and what have you. What that would entail is another meeting, and I know we're going into vacation season, and it is what it is, but that would entail scheduling another time where we would actually hold the debriefing session that we normally would have had today. So I'm going to pause there to get some direction from the
Okay, I know Commissioner Sabino has something to say, but I personally am not comfortable doing any deliberations or anything without our 5th commissioner.
I just wanted to, and I don't think it would be fair. Bobby is a long-term commissioner, and I think respected in the community, I think it's viable that she's here to make a decision, without a doubt. I think my question to the commission would be is that tomorrow night's our commission meeting, and then are we going in? Then we going into break? Is that what we're doing for a month? Is there
Correct.
is there any just a question? I don't, because I don't know what your schedules are, but if let's say Commissioner Grace gets a stitch, she's out of the hospital in a day, and she's able to move around in a day or two by the end of the week, is it possible that we could call an emergency meeting to make this decision while everything's fresh? Or are we going to put it off? Would you like to put it?
It'd be a special meeting, not emergency.
All right, a special
But a
meeting.
special
I mean,
meeting.
something we could call together. It would be strictly to discuss the city management position, debrief, and make a decision and move forward instead of putting it off for a month. I don't know what your schedules are, so I can't ask anything of it.
Go ahead, Commissioner Brandon Martin. Let him have it.
Oh, huh?
Let him have it.
Let him have it.
That's how you press that button.
Oh, well, no, what I pressed it for was this. Let's do a double scenario here. Bobby has the stent and everything's all right. Then I can see if Bobby has to recuperate, or
Yeah, that's
can
what I
she
said.
come here for one day?
Right.
Second, if Bobby didn't have a stent and she has to go in tomorrow, I'm gonna ask that this be put on hold.
Absolutely.
It is not going to, I went through this with myself. I will not go
No,
through it a second time.
No.
She
Vicky,
counts, and that's all there is
Yeah.
to it. If the doctor says, no, she can't come to the meeting, this is going on hold. Otherwise, I won't even attend the next meeting,
All
and
I'm-
at least I'm being honest.
No, listen, it's
That
up to,
okay?
if anybody's got a
Yes.
vacation time plan, it's over and done with, because we've already
No,
discussed it.
vacation is done in stone. You won't
I s-
touch me in
you're not
July.
listening to- you-
That you, unless you, the city wants to give me $13,000
Oh my God,
to pay for the tickets, then it's okay. I'll put my thing on
Can
later.
you listen to what I say, please?
No, listen to what I said. It's gonna do
I
it this
listen to
way.
you. Can I have a turn,
Camera?
please? Can I have a turn, please?
Yes.
Help me.
Okay, go ahead.
Mayor, can I have a turn, please?
Yes,
I was just saying, so that Commissioner Brandon Marty understood, is if it was good for her, for Commissioner Grace, it was all okay with her doctors, if it was a possibility. I don't expect her to come in here in a wheelchair with a catheter bag hanging from her and make a decision. I was just saying it was okay. Would everybody be okay if she said, if Commissioner Grace says, I'm ready, and we were here, would you guys be open to?
I understood that.
The way you pick it up before.
Because I'll tell you why. I was in the hospital, missed a meeting 2 meetings ago, and one of you had the nerve to say, why do we have to wait to make decisions at this meeting on what people bring before us? We have a quorum with 4 of us.
Who said that?
Don't even try it. It don't matter who said it, I know who said it.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, it wasn't me.
Mayor, it seems that we're, Vice Mayor,
I love Bobby.
I'm free anytime to meet before July 25th. So if we need to add an extra workshop or a meeting, as long as, what do we need, Tom? 24 hours to properly notice a meeting?
okay?
but we would have to make sure all the commissioners are here.
Well, I'm good through, I'm good too. I would
Well,
make- I
Commissioner
would-
Brandon Marty said she's
No,
not
but
good.
July, you can
Okay,
forget it.
right, so after Friday, it's over with, basically.
Oh, that's right, they'll be 4 here, you could still have your meeting.
No. We'll start.
I said July, just like we've
That
done
means the
in
end of the week.
other years. We're taking our vacation the way that Bobby and this commission already agreed to it.
Right.
I'm not so desperate that I need a manager tomorrow.
Friday would be our last day if it doesn't work by then.
Okay.
Right, Mayor?
Yes,
And then you'd have to wait, start all over and ask when we're ready again.
Mayor, I will check with staff. I usually work with Christine to make sure I understand exactly what all of your schedules are. And we'll look at what window of opportunities there are based on the updates I get on Commissioner Grace to do something. If in turn it has to be put off until your next meeting or around the time of your next meeting where you all will be present, then so be it. It is what it is. And we have some parameters here that we have to work within, and rightly so. I just wanted to make sure that all of you were in agreement for doing that.
Yes,
As we
absolutely.
move forward.
Do we have to pay for that man to come back again, say from California?
I would
Did we
assume
pay for
so.
him once?
Well, I think we pay for him to come from Jacksonville, correct?
I believe the way he is going to work it is he's probably going to request just a reimbursement for the return trip, and the trip out here would be on him because it was family related.
Right.
So, yes, so I think he's being fair about that, and I think he was mindful of cost. We expressed that to candidates that, reasonable travel. We had 2 candidates that travel. So it would be unusual to bring someone back for another round. And just food for thought, that could look like another hour interview where you're not given scripted questions. You're just focusing on that particular candidate, what you want to know about them based on your areas of concern and your strengths areas in your booklet. So it's a little different structure next time. Probably will roll in, again, at your direction. You're deciding what this interview process looks like, but we could roll in a Q&A session with department directors so they can kind of get a look at the team, and the team can get a look at them. Not an interview. Nobody's making this decision but you. But, if that's helpful to you for them to interact with staff at that level, then that would be a good thing to do. If we want to have an informal meet and greet of some sort where we invite community members, stakeholders, and say, here, you know, our top 2 candidates are going to be at this location at this time. You're welcome to drop by and shake hands and meet them, then we can do that too. And if you, I mentioned one-on-ones, if you want to have 30 minutes where you know, drill down to things that are important to you individually, then we can do that. But we're a little ways away from that, but that's what a next round would look like. Until we have a decision on who it is, you know, just depending on who our candidates are, will depend on what our structure looks like. But those are all options that we can exercise as we go forward. But I think we've made tremendous headway here today.
I'm praying for it. I'm praying for it. All right, I mean, that's all I have. I don't know, is that it?
Is there anything that we've, okay?
The next meeting is July 23, right? Time after tomorrow?
Tomorrow night, then after that, right?
Tomorrow night.
July 24, Tuesday, okay.
Just the commission meeting.
Tomorrow night.
No CRA tomorrow night, right? Chicky, no CRA,
Okay.
just commission tomorrow night, right?
No.
Are we having CRA on the July meeting?
On the 20-something, yeah, on the 24th. We do. Thank you, Renee.
You're very
I mean, we're-
welcome, Mayor, Commissioner.
Yes,
Thank
we're
you.
adjourned from the meeting.
Do you want us to put these books in our